The Mandukya Upanishad is one of the shortest Upanishads in the Vedantic corpus. It's only 12 verses, but it is said to contain the essence of all the Dharmic teachings. So what does this Upanishad teach? The Upanishad tries to answer the age-old question of who we are, what is our true nature. The Mandukya Upanishad is an inquiry into the self. As I mentioned, the Upanishad is a short one with only 12 verses. And I'm going to give away the suspense here. Suspense regarding what it says our true nature is. The Mandukya Upanishad declares that what we perceive as the individual self, the individual soul, the I, is actually a part of the ultimate reality. The Mandukya Upanishad declares that the Atman, the individual self, is part of the Brahman, the ultimate reality. How does it come to this conclusion? The Mandukya Upanishad starts by stating that the self, the consciousness with which we identify ourselves, can exist in 4 states. The first state is where our journey begins. The first state is called the Vaishwanara, the waking state. This is where the I starts its inquiry. The waking state is experienced by the waker. The waker is actually us experiencing this material world. In the waking state, there is no perception of oneness. Our experience in this world tells us so. We strive to carry a unique identity, and this is reflected in our actions here. However, if we do have an inquiry into the question, who am I, or who we are, the answer would just lead to limiting conclusions at the level of nationality, language, religion, skin color, caste, etc. The waker, the Upanishad states, is not who we are. The waker is in error since we do not perceive or understand the oneness with the ultimate reality. So we proceed to the next state, the next stop in this inquiry. Taijasa, the dream state. This is a state experienced by the dreamer. Even in the dream state, there is a distinction. The dreams are tied to me, the dreamer. The dream state, of course, is subtler than the waking state. Our dreams often ignore the laws of physics that govern the waking world. However, the dream state also reinforces the distinction of the I. Dreams are tied to me, the dreamer. My dreams are completely different compared to another person. But dreams do not add anything to this inquiry into the true nature of the self. In fact, one could be completely different with very different attributes in the dream world than in the waking world. And this, at times, even shakes the conviction in the limiting answers that we can come up with in the waking world to describe ourselves. So, the Upanishad declares that this is not who we are either. So we continue the journey and move one state beyond Taijasa to the next state, Pragya, the sleep state. This is experienced by the sleeper, a dreamless, deep sleep. The Upanishad describes the state of existence as a mass of undifferentiated consciousness in hibernation. In this state, of course, the distinction of the I fades away. There are no desires, there is no perception of illusory individuality. However, there is also no awareness because there's nothing for consciousness to illuminate. As deep sleepers, we ourselves have had a temporary experience of this state, and we do know that there is no awareness. In the waking and the dream state, we have awareness. However illusory and in error this awareness is, we do have some amount of awareness. In Pragya, there is no awareness. The Upanishad states that this is also not the reality. We cannot answer the question, who am I, without awareness. According to the Mandukya Upanishad, in order to understand our true nature, we need to go beyond these 3 states. We move to the 4th state, the Turiya. This state is the identification of the self with the ultimate reality. In this state, there is infinite awareness and the correct perception that we are one with the Brahman, the all-pervading reality. The Brahman is called Turiya from the point of knowledge. Cognizance of the self as part of the ultimate reality that pervades all is Turiya. The Upanishad goes on to say that we are not the waker, the dreamer, or the sleeper. What we are is Turiya, the ultimate reality. The real you, me, and all that exists is the fourth state, the Turiya, where there is awareness of the oneness that pervades all. The Turiya is the only reality, the Upanishad states. All other states can be considered as states in which the waker, the dreamer, and the sleeper are not awakened to the truth. Vaishwanara, Taijasa, and Pragya, the other three states, are merely the Turiya expressing itself as the waker, as the dreamer, and as the deep sleeper. It declares that the true self is all-pervading. It declares that you are one with everything. There are some techniques in the other Upanishads that talk about practices to realize this Turiya. I will try to make a more detailed analysis on the Mandukya Upanishad later. As always, the known is a drop and the unknown is an ocean. Peace.